Coming on to hang out for a while. Don't forget to come visit Ma's Trinkets and Things, 12:10 p.m. Eastern today. Okay, well, I go through and disassemble my lovelies from Vintage Jewels, Gems, and Pearls, Margie. Hey, Kristen. Thanks for coming in. How are you doing today? Awesomeness. Fun things. Face rings, which become pendants. Oops, sorry about that. Well, I'm going to explain since I'm here, and you may still be here, Kristen. Basically, on my channel, I hang out. I do all kinds of things, crafting, all the stuff, everything in the processes of the crafting, along with actual crafts. And the people just come chill. Come here to chill, and they do whatever work they're doing. Now also, I have open panel that anybody can come up and hang out up here. And that includes if you're doing paperwork or getting ready for your own sale or anything like that. Or working on art. So basically, this is a nice, relaxing environment for people to come, do their thing, have some company. Now I did pin a link to Ma's Trinkets and Things. There's a sale event today at 12:10 p.m. Eastern. And until something changes, you will never see a sale on my channel unless I make a decision in the future to do that. But it's not really what I started my channel for. It's really just to have a place for people to chill. Hi, whoever joined us. So right now I'm just going through and taking apart jewelry I got from Vintage Jewels, Gems, and Pearls, Margie. I will put the @ to her channel in my title when this is done. Hi, Susanna. Oh, Susanna, what you doing today? Now this piece, I'll be using some art. this will become pendant. Yeah, me either. I crochet, I make jewelry, I slowly am trying to work on this kit somebody got me that's plastic, now it escaped me what the name is. Anyway, so yeah, I do a variety of things too. And it'll, you know, if I come across something that strikes my fancy, I'll probably wind up trying it out on here. And like I'm going to be eventually, I'm starting to gather some things. I want to do a junk journal. Hi, Evie. Did you get my email, Susanna? Actually, that could become part of the earring. Now, Susanna, on Ma's Trinkets and Things, which the link is up in the channel, pinned up at the channel there at the top, there's going to be a sales event, 12:10 p.m. today, Eastern. Yeah, I didn't want you to think I was ignoring you for any reason. I just happened to not see you. Happens sometimes. Metal. actually a brand new necklace that I saw nobody wanted to give love to. And I said, well, shoot, I'll give it some love. That's a little bit easier. No, that's correct. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I like to adopt the orphans, as they say. Hi, whoever's chilling in the background. Welcome in. Hi, Rosie. How you doing? What's going on? Oh, well, that's a shame. Hopefully it's not too bad. So are you not feeling well today? What are you doing? Oh, Well, hopefully he starts feeling better soon. You know, it's short-lived, even if it's not the greatest, you know. Morning, Barbara. Yeah, folks, I got a couple of questions. When you go to sales, are you concerned with what a person looks like that's selling a product? In the sense, like, do you feel more comfortable if you see their face rather than never see their face? Or don't see their face during the sale? You may have seen their face on other things, but okay. Gotta elaborate on that never a little more. I asked a couple of different options there. It doesn't matter. Okay. So now I got another question. Do you want a person and I gotta physically do it to give you an example. Let's say a person's doing a buy it now. And they go, okay, for $15 plus shipping, you can buy this item, and I can either attach a ribbon to it or put a couple magnets on it, so you can use it in different manners, your choice. Do you need me to go more elaborate and say, oh, don't you see there's a pumpkin, and there's a pumpkin with a cat there, and then there's a key over here, and the bat over there, and the clock over there, and there's a skull here? Or can you make that judgment as long as you can see the item? or you don't care about asking a question. Like, oh, well, what size is that? So then the person would take the moment to say, okay, well, the base of it is 5 inches. Okay. So pointing out a couple of things, pretty good. Okay. But do I have to start off the whole, does the person have to start off the whole spiel and say, okay, well, this is 5 inches, it's a Halloween theme, handmade, buy it now. Oh, by the way, the price includes shipping. That I know that's important. Handmade, utilizing a plastic lid. I crocheted the center. There's new and old items. I'm a big fan of recycling, so I, utilize old beads and buttons and charms and jewelry and things. Okay. So now that's a person selling one item at a time, right? Now, what if a person is selling multiples? Okay, so let's say now I'm going to say, okay, well, there's a chain tassel. I use vintage jewelry and beads. I crocheted the center. Put it down, pick up the next one. A couple of items on that. Or, the base size is 2 5/8. Oh, thank you. Oh, Rosie, I did put up a pin, a link. Should have come up for you. I'll be with Ma. Ma's drinking some things today. Okay, now here's the other thing. So let's say I tell you, the person tells you one item is 15 including shipping, and every item you buy for the rest of the evening is 12. Unless otherwise stated, because the person may do a different grouping with different pricing. Is that easily understood? And do you prefer a buy it now option on things like this, which are one of a kind items? Or would you prefer the person to say, oh, okay, well, I'm going to start this at 10 plus shipping? But aren't you just anticipating the fact that you know you're going to pay shipping? And all you really care, you know you're paying shipping. So all you really care about is what you're getting the item for. Well, if it's a big item, I get doing that. Because that's the only thing I would ever have a question about shipping-wise, me personally, is a big item or an item that looks very heavy. Okay. But if you notice what the initial comment is, and would be repeated, is that the initial item is this, every other item you buy is that, which is a less expensive price, and that includes shipping. So if you buy one, then you already know shipping is included in that total pricing. Well, you buy one item, and basically that's including your shipping. And then every other item is a set price, a buy it now price as well. Same items, but less expensive for each item. So let's say $15 for the first includes shipping, and $12 for every item you buy after that. Okay. And how do you ladies feel about the people that hold boxes for a month or whatever, and want to bill you bill you for the item, and then whatever their last event is, whether or not you purchase, you get the purchase plus the shipping cost in the last bill. No. Okay, so you guys aren't too keen on that save a box for a month, but it's going to save you on shipping. is the excuse. I'm just trying to run through all these different scenarios. I've never really asked folks. I just kind of look at things the way I look at them. I'm just curious. Sure, honey. Of course. Are you well enough to come on, Rosie? You are. Either drop the email there or send me an email with your email if you don't want to drop it there. That's fine. If you want to drop your email or send me an email, let me know which one you're going to do so I know what I'm looking for. Because I've really never heard anybody really talk about this in the sense, the way that I'm thinking of it. Because I always, hi Carol, awesome. Another person that knows their stuff. I'm having a crazy conversation. Well, we're going to have a couple of people come on up. And I'm just asking questions in general about selling and how you feel what a customer is looking for when they go to these sales. Looking for when they go to these sales. Did you want to come up and join, or did you want to stay in the chat, Carol? Because I love this conversation.
Stacey, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is it too loud or too low?
No, you're good.
Okay. One thing I found out when I sell bigger items, and I'm sorry I fell and all that, I've been hurting. When I sell bigger items, I take and I weigh them. Not without the box or the bag, because I know it'd be about $1 or $2 more. I take and I weigh it and I put a little tag on it. So when I show it and I describe it, I say, this is how big it is, and this is going to be the shipping. So I'm selling it, say, for $100. The shipping is in it. They'll buy it better than you saying, oh, it's $75, buy it now. It's $32 shipping.
Right.
So they're thinking $107. Nah, I don't think I want it. If I say, hey, it's $100 free shipping and it's weighing, well, I'd rather get that little bit of discount and make that little bit more money than not having it on the wall, hanging, taking up space, boxes or whatever. And I like what KT Treasures does. Okay, so you start off with this, and like they had $22 in that $1 box. 22 necklaces in the $1 box. I like that.
Hi, Carol.
Hey, Carol.
Ooh, girl, what is that feedback?
Oh, that must be because I still don't know. Let me drop the other YouTube
Okay.
link.
Like that box, I know would cost about $10. Not knowing for sure, but about.
Is that better?
Yes. Okay. So I asked a bunch of questions before you had come in, Carol. And I'll just kind of briefly run through them. A person is selling an item, buy it now.
Yep.
And they say, okay, here's the item. Okay, they show the item. It's obvious what, you can look at it. They leave it on screen long enough. Smaller items, you can see it.
Yep.
And they go, okay, it's $15, including shipping for your first item, $12 for every item you buy after that.
But how do you know what weight is of all the items until you get a
How do I?
tally? All right, I'm gonna sell this.
I'm taking a gamble on, let's say a person's taking a gamble on shipping being $10, even if they bought a decent sized box of stuff.
Depends on where it goes to. There's a lot too many.
California.
So why should somebody who lives? I live in Rhode Island. So why should somebody who lives in Connecticut pay the same price as someone who lives in California?
Because when you buy, well, it's kind of, let's say the person's figuring an average price in their buy it now, okay, including ship.
Yep.
So they're not really charging. They may lose or gain a few pennies, and it's pennies, you know that.
Well,
but it's
sometimes.
a lose and a gain depending on where it's shipped.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not that the person's charging exorbitant shipping.
So if someone buys something for buy it now at $5, but then orders 10 other things, that weight is going to be, depending on what they buy, different. And it's not fair to the person who's purchasing them to have a flat rate.
Most of the items are smaller items, so there's not big, huge, weighty items.
But I do sell a lot of different items.
Right.
At different sizes. I could sell some clothes and I could sell a household item.
Right.
And it's not fair to the person that's buying it to be paying an exempt amount, or therefore me lose money, because chances are I'm not making much on the items. Like I'm planning on doing an auction hopefully soon.
Hi, Irene.
I want to come back.
We're having a reseller chat or a seller chat.
I want to come back into the selling, depending on how I feel. I've been having some good days and I've been having some bad days.
Oh,
right.
So I can never
tell. That hurts my fingers. Yeah.
Good morning, BFFs the. You're not in my way, honey.
Okay, one thing I found out in jewelry, okay, when you're going
Mhm.
like to PT's, treasures, and they have a whole box. I know by counting or how big the beads are
Because you're a
about what it will cost. Yes.
but if you're
Now,
not a seller,
okay,
you got to
this
think of
is
it
what
as
I
a
used.
person who's not a reseller.
Right. Now, I took a lesson. Okay, Rosie, give him a hug for me, baby. Okay, I'm in my shop, gift shop, and I have one of the crystals I made that I put into a necklace. Now, I take it and I weigh it, and they have a pirate ship has a zone area
Right.
chart.
Yep.
And I look at who's buying it. Is it in my zone? It'll be cheaper. Okay, like I said, I've got a package to mail to Tori Jones. It's going to cost $30 more if I mail it from here than it will from Florida. So I'm bringing it with me to save
Right.
her. You know, and the more you can save your customers, the more they're going to come back to buy from you.
Exactly.
And see, like this,
Okay.
only $3.42 to ship. So if you say $5 shipping, good morning, TJ. You know,
Yeah, but if you say $5, you purchase it not it now included, or you only get shipping included on that first item, and then you $5. I mean, shipping included on all the rest of the items at a lower. So they buy the first one, like I was saying, buy the first one at 15, and every other item you buy is 12.
Morning, TJ.
They're all similar, smaller items. Like they're all those kind of necklaces and stuff. So you already know that they're on average about what they are.
right.
So
I do.
if a
Because
person
I
chooses to only buy one, they're comprehending they're paying $15.
right.
So if
Now,
a person buys 5, they know they're paying 15 and 12 times 4.
right. Now,
And
I've
that's it.
noticed like on some of them, they sell quicker if it's, okay, shipping included when they're selling single items and they got 20 of them. Your choice, okay, $10 ship plus ship, $10 ship, which this would be, I'm actually $5 plus the $3.42. That's $8.42. Where I go $10. I'm making that dollar something extra for my time and my tape and stuff like that. So everything is that price. So if I sell all 10 of them, I'm making $11 and something cents to help pay for tape and ink and stuff like that. Now, I'd rather buy something, okay, in an auction.
Hi, TJ.
I'd rather buy something where they say bid on it, you know, and shipping's included. Because I know they've already measured it, they weighed it, they know what it is, you know, they know what zone I'm going to be in. That's why a lot of people are going to the jot forms. But that invoicing, oh my gosh, it's horrible. Because then you have to pack everything, weigh it again, and then put the shipping on it. I'd rather say, okay, $10, shipping included, go for it. And I sell more like that.
Okay.
Like
I do. Oh gosh.
If they buy one of these, you know how much it weighs. Okay.
Right.
And if they're buying, if they want to buy 5 of them, okay, you know that you double or triple, quadruple that rate. So you know that you're within your shipping cost, because it only goes up by the pound, really. But if they're
Right.
buying 20 or 30 of them, then you overstep that weight limit. So
Yeah, but see, I might sell a jewelry jar, then a pocketbook, and they're all going to be different weights. So I can't say how much it's going to be on the first item is a buy it now with this price for shipping.
right.
Because if then a jewelry jar comes in, that thing could be heavy.
We've
Yeah.
run
And
into that. That's why we weigh it before we do the auction. And I know what it's going to cost for the weight to ship that. So if I say the item's $25 and it's going to cost me $10 to ship it, I say buy it now, or starting bid now at $35. I know the shipping's going to be in there. So if they have more than one item and stuff, and once I box it, we weigh it, and I find out that it's, say, I'm off $15, I will either put it in my book, $15 too much, and I adjust it the next time. I've gotten people who's bought 3 boxes from me. So each box is going to weigh different. I try to equalize the weight in each box. But if I know how much that piece is going to run to ship it, it's usually only $1 or $2 difference by the time you end up at the end of the night. That's why I like to add my shipping in it. Lately, I haven't been. So guess what? Instead at the end of the auction or the end of the buy it now, I'm have to calculate, okay, you got 10 items, it's this, and send out an invoice. I'd rather put it in the auction and say, okay, $15 ship. When I know I have made my shipping price and $2 extra for the ink, the label, the taping, or the plastic bag to wrap it, whatever, bubble wrap. People doesn't understand when we ship that we have to buy this stuff. So if you don't add it in it, you're going to lose some money.
have you ever tried dumpster diving for your bubble wrap and stuff?
I can't. I can walk about 20 feet. Other than that, I'm in a wheelchair.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
not
she doesn't have the physical ability to.
Okay.
And
I buy rolls and rolls, but I also try to save money. And you'd be surprised what you can get out of a dumpster.
yeah, I could imagine. But see, I'm in Lake Charles, Louisiana, where Hurricane Laura and Delta hit last year, and they've now built. There was so much trash coming out of dumpster diving from stores and stuff. What they've done is they built either fences or concrete walls, and you can't get to them. Now, what I do is, like, if I buy something from Rosie or I buy something from you, I keep all the. We have bags and bags of bubble wraps, or
Good one, Rosie.
It's not dumpster diving, it's called relocation. I like that, yes. It's called finding
reusing. Yeah. Or reusing, Now, something, I'm going to give y'all a little hint. When you box something, you have a lot of air left over.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I love this idea from her. Yeah.
It takes too much room. So my husband, we have this seal a meal that vacuum packs for our food, our meat.
Yep.
So we seal a meal, and let me see. Well, can you get me one of those packs of seal meal? And I'll show them the difference. Okay, this is some jewelry I've made. See how much room it takes?
Yep.
And these are beads and stuff. But when you look how much air's in there, even taking it out, it sometimes goes back in.
Hi, crafting with Christine.
This is only about 3 pounds of jewelry. This is about 5 pounds of beads. Look, you seal mill it. And they don't roll around, they don't break. you know, and an Afghan, a huge Afghan, let's say like 4 foot by 5 foot, you're rolling it up and it's like in a kitchen garbage can, how big it is. And he vacuum seals it, it flattens it, it sucks it in, and we can put it in a plastic bag to ship it. They get there, they undo it, and it just fluffs back out.
So sometimes I use, I actually had gotten a lot of things for someone who wanted to donate it in the Midwest to, like the homeless.
Yeah.
So I bought those vacuum seal bags, the big ones, and I was able to get a lot.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And like I said, what would normally take, let's say, a large priority box, I can put in a little old bubble wrapped envelope, you know? So it saves them shipping, saves us, you know, the trouble of trying to roll it and get it and get it and get it and try to stuff it in a smaller box for less. One thing I don't do anymore, see, I used to do flat shipping, flat rate shipping, and I don't like it. They were coming back and saying, well, you went out of the zone, that's flat rate from your area, and da 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 da. Just like Pirate Ship. I asked them to fill out the jot form or to send me their address. I copy and I paste it in my jot form, underneath my jot form. And one of them, they will take, she's in California too, they will take off that apartment number every time and put a new sticker on it and charge me $18 every time. And I have it on the apartment number, everything. I even write out apartment number so and so. They'll take it off every time, deliver it without, they put a new tag on it and deliver it without the apartment number on it and charge me $18 every time. So I contacted the woman and just leave an open dialogue between you. I contacted the woman and I said, look, this is what happened again. And I said, this is the address you sent me. So she sends me her address and we compare it. So she went to UPS this time. And she said, you need to pay me. They finally paid her. And it was 2 packages. That was the problem. We couldn't put it in one. And so they gave her the $36 and she sent it on to me because that's what they took out of my account. So you're going to hit some glitches and some ups and downs, but I noticed lately, the last few dollars, because I get a lot of things from KT Treasures and we take them apart like Stacey's doing and I rewire them or I fix where the clamp is broken or something. I sell for $1 because I get more people in my auctions that way, and then I have my regular sales. So if they buy a regular thing and I'm looking at a little chain with just a little bobbin on the end or something like that, I'm going to drop it in a plastic bag and I'll ship it with the bigger items. And I know that bigger item, say if they get 10 of them, and I know that it's supposed to be about $12 shipping on those 10 extra items with the bigger item. And I look and see what I can go. I go 3 different places and see what I can get cheaper. For the amount of the bigger item, the cost of the item, whatever they sold it for. If it's $50 or more, what I do is I go ahead and get that make sure that insurance will cover it. And since the hurricanes, a lot of packages are getting here destroyed. The Postal Service don't care, UPS don't care, FedEx don't care. And I'm like, ugh. And if something breaks, it takes forever for them to pay you, you know. So I try not to send out too many breakable things anymore. Necklaces and, you know, like my epoxy things and stuff like that, yes. But big items, no. That's why when we go to Florida, I'm not bringing my wheelchair. I'm bringing my walker because I don't do much walking over there. It's mostly sitting. And where my walker is, that takes 3 foot by 3 foot and all the way up to the ceiling, I can get a lot of stuff in there to bring to Robbie and get it out of here before we move.
Okay. So, all right, I need general consensus. So, do you feel that the average shopper prefers a shipping included price,
Yes.
or they don't care about what they know they're going to pay shipping? So it's like, okay, that I know I'm paying shipping. All I care about is how much I'm paying for the item.
Yes.
Everybody's
You're saying
different.
opposite things.
Everybody's different. Some would
Yeah.
rather pay that shipping different and know how much they're paying. You know, and when I do my dollar auctions, I say, okay, this is $3.42 shipped in a bag. Okay, this one's a little heavier. This is $3.84 in a bag. And I put it on my Lotus worksheet on Google, and it adds it all up for me, and I know exactly what to tell them at the end. You know, I'll go and I'll start adding, you know.
Okay.
Rosie
Well,
said
what
for
if,
her, the crowd.
Yeah. Now, most of the people that's in Rosie's room will come in my room for auctions, or mine to hers.
okay, so if you're seeing people are going, so you're saying, Rosie, if you're seeing people that are going to, you go in that room and it's always busy and things are selling, are you even thinking about whatever, or are you just buying the product, whether it's a buy now, shipping include, whatever it is, be based on the room? Is that kind of what you're saying?
Who, me or Rosie?
Rosie,
Rosie.
get her first since she's down there, and then we can elaborate on it.
Yeah, she has a talking time, a little chat time, and I do too, while everybody's coming into the rooms. And we can see who's in there, who's bought before from us, or who we've had trouble with collecting from, or anything like that, you know. And we know what they like to buy. You know, I keep a little book on what they like to buy.
Oh,
And most
shoot,
of
that
mine,
whole what they like to buy thing is, oh, her husband interrupted. I said, so Rosie, well, let me say this thing first. What they like to buy to me is kind of, because you can't never tell. You can have the same person
Yep.
come into an auction, every auction you have, and suddenly, they love owls in this auction, but the next auction, all they're buying are mice. Or they're not buying anything like that, all they're buying are housewares the next one. So it's very few people that are like steady in that manner of what they're buying. And, because they have expendable money that they can just, they collect it, they just buy it. But there's only a few of those. Most people don't always buy the same thing or same type of thing.
No,
And you can turn
right.
around and show a variety of things, and that person who usually buys in every sale, that one sale, you showed them everything you could possibly imagine, and they didn't buy anything that sale at all. And it's not really a financial issue, but for some reason, you showed them things like they've bought before or whatever, but they didn't buy.
Right. Our Rosie's group and my group are almost the same, because we have the same people buying from us week to week to week. Like Gate Smasher and his wife, we know they like to buy miniature cards. collector things like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, stuff like that. Once in a while, they'll buy an odd item. But if it's collectible, they'll tell you. Because we'll say, hey, we've got this many, things tonight. And we list off a few things. Which would y'all like to see first? And they'll tell you in the room. Okay? Because they've known us for over a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. Now, ours is different than Robbie's at Get Swamped. You never know what he's going to bring up. And he doesn't tell you who, what, when, and where. And they sell and sell and sell, but it's to help the animals. People will buy things that they really don't need, and then they donate it to somebody in the room that, I really would have, I liked it, but I can't, I don't have the money. I'm on disability or whatever. Sometimes we buy it and we donate it. We'll donate half of it to this person or half of that because the money is going to feed the animals. Okay?
Right. That's a whole different thing. That's an advantage for some people that they have organizations or they have their own organization that they're doing things like that with.
Ooh.
I'm talking the average seller, not
that would be Rosie and
charity.
Yeah. We have to finance ourselves. But we know the people that comes in a room. The other night, I got a new person in the room, and I didn't know what she liked or anything. I just kept on with my auction. I told the rules, how to pay, and how I weigh it and stuff like that. I'm sorry, y'all. My nose is itching this morning.
Hurry up, kiss somebody.
Yeah. Kara, I've had cancer surgery in my sinuses. It's still healing. And it itches. And like I said, I'll weigh them, and by just holding them, I know if it's on the low end of $3, high end of $3, or it goes into $4. The problem I got into was the mailing zones. Now, once I downloaded and studied, I took me a little map on the computer, and kiss the pool. Nobody's around for me to kiss, Rosie. We'll sway in the other room. So, if that's what it meant, I'd be kissing a fool 100 times a day. I learned I put a dot everywhere that people that comes into my room, what zone they're in. So I know if it's going to be $3 more for that zone, or $5 more, or nothing more.
Okay, but Barbara, a lot of your folks are interconnected with you in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so exactly where they're living.
Right.
Average person doing sales don't know where everybody's living that comes in their room.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Right. Now, what you do is you put that jot form up there. They fill it out, and it's going to save their address and everything. And you're going to soon learn your own customers. Like, KT Treasures knows now, after a few months, you get to know who buys from you, who doesn't, and kind of where to put it. Now, they threw an extra box in for me. Wow, the shipping was hell of a lot more than what the items cost, so that's what I'm going to have to think when I put these things together, to make my money up. But there's so much in those boxes. I can sell for $1 all day long and make money and tell them, okay, you get one item, it's $3.42. And usually some of them tells me they write it down. Or, okay, shipping on this is $3.84. And I have Tori, that's my head mod, who types it in.
Rosie, are you going to drop your email or no?
I can't think that quick when I'm in an auction.
That's why you have mods helping you. See, what I do is I type it in, and I put the weight in it plus shipping, or free shipping. And I like to know the free shipping. I notice it sells better every time. But on a dollar item, they know that the price can go from one thing to another. So if I put this in and then I said, okay, if it's less than that, after I get off tonight, I'll send you an invoice tomorrow. But I found out when you do it like that, people kind of knows what they're spending. They know they can save $1 on each item of the shipping, like it'd be $2.84 or $2.34. They don't care. I have 3 ladies that buys from me, and what they do is they always count up their items, and they take $1 off of each item shipping cost, and they send me that money. Usually, I have a little credit for them for the next time. And some people says, Barbara, I know you fix these up and you have this and that and you ship out a lot. I'm giving you $5 extra. Sometimes I give Rosie something
Lucky
extra.
you.
Yeah, but you know what? When you get your customers in a row and you know them, they're usually going to help you out,
Yeah, and again, you have a slight advantage because of your tribe relationships. So it kind of...
My tribe don't come in and buy. They don't. They have their stuff they make in Arizona, New Mexico. They sell it over there. My stuff.
But I'm saying, I've been in your room, and it seems like a lot of the folks are people that you have somehow interacted with in your life. Whether they lived in the same area, whether they were at the craft shows all the time when you had to do craft shows, whatever it is, it was a lot of people that you interacted with.
Yeah, well,
so that relationship is different than the average reseller.
Right. Rosie and our people comes from
Hi, whoever's hanging out in the background, say hello. I want to know who's hanging out in the house.
Okay, can I interject something here right quick?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. It depends on, okay, with Barbara in particular, she communicates with people a lot. And some of these people that we have now that are really good friends, we just met a couple of months ago or less. But we've done videos about us and our lifestyle. And we've got our wedding on there, our blood binding. So people can go back and look and learn about us and learn what kind of people we are, and then they know what they're dealing with. Also, like I said, she communicates with people very well. And, there are people that get on the phone and talk with for hours on here and just communicate with for hours. And that helps in her sales because she knows these people. She knows that if she's got something sitting over here that's purple, she's got 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
They're going to fight over it. And being out there more and the more sales you do, the more people get to know you and the type of stuff that you have. Now, Barbara's stuff is always changing because she's always coming up with it. She'll get tired of doing something and she'll do something else. So her craft process is always changing. And that helps for her sales stuff too. But she does have certain items and certain people that she knows from past experience with them if they're going to be either interested or they're going to buy it outright. So it's a matter of being. We go to other channels we look and see what people are buying, and we try to not really match that, but it gives us an idea of what our fans particular are buying in other groups.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of match the things that we sell to sort of match that
Right.
demographic.
See, I keep a notebook. Keep it in here, and then I type it on my computer. Okay, like so and so has bought this, and this from different rooms. Then this one has bought this, and this. They pay this much. They won't go over this price. When you start doing YouTube, you got to do a research too on anything and everything. I found out that the vintage necklaces will sell better. That's why we buy
Hi,
them
Dan.
all. Hi, Strap Man. And let's see
Hi,
who else
Dan.
did yeah, there's somebody else. Is that I don't want to mess up your name, Bridget. Bridget, one Bridget. Another thing I do is I ask them to put their phone numbers on the platform. If you want to talk to me about something I'm making or pre-order or something, I get their phone number. And I'm going to contact them after the auction and I talk to them. I get to know the person. And I know on big auctions when you have 100 or 200 people in there.
Okay, I was going to say, yeah.
But when you have smaller ones or people that, they like your stuff, they're looking for certain items. I put a note looking for, I know that the next time they'll come in, they'll ask me, did you find it? Just like I did with the spacers, Stacey. And it's been amazing because you found it and I couldn't. Maybe I was looking in the wrong places. Maybe I was naming it the wrong thing. But I also share. Okay. I've made things to Rosie's, things that I bought for Cattitude treasures. A lot of the bracelets I didn't want to sell. I sent them to Rosie for free. Sometimes she sends me something free. Okay? So we're bouncing our sales. How can I say it? Our intention of sales. Because I know she can sell something and I can't. And it's always like that. When you go to resale, it's always like that. You're not going to sell this or sell that. Put it in a mystery box. Put something else in it, and say, okay, the mystery box is $25 shipped. But you don't know what's in it. Then you ask the person, do you want us to open it online or do you want to not? Most of the time, they'll let you open it online. But I make sure that there's enough items in there where they can say, oh, I got $25 to $30 worth of items for $25 and free shipping. Something that don't sell and hold it and hold it and hold it. What's happening? Eating up your resources. So we put it like that. And it's good because look at Casey's Treasures. They do all the storage units. And they come up with all this jewelry, and sometimes it's all just piled in a box and you gotta go through it. Sometimes it's tangled, that's broken. You can make 3 or 4 necklaces out of 2 necklaces, and there's a lot of chains that you can add little teardrops or something to and sell for $1. And I buy the little 5x7, that's the smallest you can buy, the little brown envelopes, and they have bubble wrap in it. So I put it in a little plastic bag and then I drop it in there. Now, this is what some people don't realize that I do. They said, how can you sell it for $1? I said, I count how many pieces came out of that box, how many more pieces are in it that I can make. And then my bags, they said, but your plastic bags, you're putting them in. We had a shop in 2012 and 13. We have all this stuff left over. When we sold something, I wrote it down. So if I've had the plastic bags for 5, 10 years and hadn't used them, and I know that we sold enough in the gift shop to cover the price of the bag, why not add it? and not charge the extra 50 cents or 25 cents for the bag. I have made a lot of wooden bracelets and stuff like that, and I sold a lot of them. Well, I had about 10 left, and I couldn't sell it because the people I had didn't want to sell it, so I ship it to someone who can sell it, because different people has different customers. They like certain colors, and we found out who likes purple, who likes blue, who likes green, and we tend to make the jewelry and stuff because we're small. I only have 160 or 159 subscribers. Once or twice I'll get a new one that comes in, and you have to just wait and see what they want. Now, a lot of times in Robbie's room, Rosie and I want the same thing. We're very much alike. We like the miniature stuff and all like that. We like the collectible stuff. And we do get in a history, but you have to tell people, remember, in auction, there's no trend. You buy what you want, you bid on what you want. Thank you, Wolf. And you do whatever you want. Just like my bracelets, I had not made them, I told you, since 2013. I sold a lot of them. And then I found the spacers. I made some, made 6. I sold them the other night, and I was shipping them to Robbie. So I had to make some more, But I learned what colors they wanted. They wanted the pinks, and they wanted purple. Purple is an amazing color. It will sell for you quicker than anything. I found that odd-colored greens won't, stuff like that. People that redoes their stuff, they're looking for cheap stuff to redo, like, KT Treasures. So if you're selling it for $1 and say a box cost me, like I did the other day,
Okay, but
David, I said hi.
This is my thing. It's like, basically what I'm trying to figure out is, buy it now versus an auction, shipping included versus not shipping included. You purchase and you're paying shipping. What do you think truly is in the masses of it all, without getting very individualized in people, is the way people prefer? Do you think generally a person would go, okay, I know I'm paying $15 for that, period? Or they go, I know I'm going to buy that. Here, it's $8 plus shipping.
Okay, if you're asking me, when I buy, except for KT Treasures, because I know that's different. But when I'm buying from Rosie, a lot of times she charges for the first item shipping and then nothing for the rest. You lose a little bit of money. If you find out how much it weighs and you know the shipping, and it's $10 and shipping's going to be $4 and something cents, $15 shipped. They know you've already figured in the shipping cost and what it's going to be.
Right.
And what I do is, I'm in Louisiana. I put in an area code, zip code for Washington State, the furthest from me, and that's what I base the shipping on.
Okay, so just using whatever. So let's say you want to sell the item for $11, average cost of shipping, whatever, $4,
Right.
high threes, $4, right? So, well, when you're using pirate ship and all that, if you're using straight USPS, little different story.
Higher. Yeah.
But not crazy much most of the time. So you already know what you're getting into shipping wise, okay? And you go, okay, I'd like to make $10 an item, $5. Let's say $5 for shipping. If I say buy it now, $15. I know that my shipping is pretty much covered,
right,
up to less than a pound of stuff.
Right.
You know what products you got, right? So let's say you say, okay, I'm just using numbers just to let's say you go, okay, yeah, buy now 15, every item after that's $11. Because there have been people that have bought a lot of items, multiple items. So you want to, and you know already, basically all the items are approximately the same way. I mean, it's similar items. Like, let's say you're selling all necklaces that are only nothing super heavy, elaborate, or vice versa. They're all super heavy, elaborate, whatever it is. And you go, okay, $15 for the first, 12 for every other item you buy after that. You pretty much know that for the most part, unless it's some weird, odd, strange place, which there are a few in the United States, you're covering your shipping, your cost of your packaging, and all that.
Okay, when I started to do this, Robbie told me, go look at the resellers and see what they're doing on individual items. And I did. I did research for 3 weeks.
Yeah, but that changes every month.
Yeah.
Now everybody's trying to do, I'll hold the box for you forever if you want me, or for a month or whatever.
No, they have to pay me. Now, Rosie and I may say, okay, I'm running a little short. Can I pay you in a week? Well, I write that down. But we have a working system between us, just like me and Robbie. Those are the mostly 2 places, and KT Treasures. The other day, I was waiting for something to come in through Cash App, and it bounced. So I got a hold of KT. I said, can I pay you $50 now, and then the rest in 3 days when this is cleared up? Oh, yeah, you bought from me before. I'm not worried about you. Now, what I did before I started the auctions is I went in and I looked, and I count how many people would rather have. Okay, the item's $10. It costs $4 to ship. Okay, $15 shipping. Well, I wouldn't change it and drop it. They'll buy those items $15 each and keep going. And they know they paid $15 for this, and when they get it in, and they don't have to scramble to know what they paid for it or anything like that. It's $15 per item. Okay, or you say $10 ship. They know they pay $10 for 2 items. They don't mind paying the $20. Yeah.
Do you now if the
because but that's sorry.
I'm jiggling. Why am I? My picture's jiggling.
Well, I can't help you there.
You on the phone? Oh, she went out. She's going to probably come back in. The thing is, I found when you're having a big quantity in a box, they'll wait for the invoice for it to be calculated and you send it. And you give them 24 hours to pay. Or if they told you, oh, I'd like to buy, and it's the 29th, but I don't get my check till the 3rd. But it's
no, I'm not talking about that.
No.
No, I'm talking about, it seems to be a trend now where people are going, okay, whatever how many sales they have during the month. Okay. Right. They say, okay, the last sale of the month, is when I'm going to ship your item. I'll charge you the shipping and whatever you bought in the last sale, if you bought anything, and I'll ship your item after the last sale of the month. That seems to be something that's becoming more and more popular lately, and I've seen more and more people trying to do that, if they have the room to do it.
Barbara, I'm wondering if you went with that price, and then the shipping isn't, do you give a rebate?
You're crackling, Carol.
I am, huh?
I'm probably going to be on another 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, Rosie. It's okay. because I got to get over to Mars. Everybody be sure you're subscribed to Mars Trinkets and Things. I did put the pinned message at the top. Come see us, 12:10 p.m. today, Eastern.
Something's going on with this.
Now we lost your sound.
Yeah.
Say something. Oh, there you are.
Yeah. Do you give a rebate, Barbara, if it's way over? Do you give a rebate if it's way over?
I contact the person by email or by phone if I have them. I say, okay, you're $7 over. What you want to do with it? Do you want me to return it, or do you want me to put you in my account book that I owe you $7 in another auction? 9 times out of 10, the people said, "Oh, you were so nice to let me know. Just keep it because your items are so low."
That's nice.
And I don't ask people to join where they have to pay or anything in my room. And I mostly do just subscribers when I go on, because if they're really wanting to get in my room, they're going to subscribe. And that's how you get your subscribers to go up more. But I do offer them, okay, keep it, send it back, or what do you want on account? And 9 times out of 10, like I said, they're going to say, keep it for your troubles because you had 80 lots tonight. You know, I know you're trying to move, you're trying to get your money situated. I want help. And that's when you make your personal friendship, you know, like that. You give them a choice. They'll say, well, I'm just sending back your money. It's like when I hear that say, what, you don't want my money? You know, I don't. It makes an awkward deal, you know. So now in my town, nobody will buy from me in my town. We've had 2 hurricanes, floods, and over 3,000 homes are being destroyed because people just up and left with insurance. You know?
Yes, she does, Irene.
What'd she say?
You hand deliver too.
Yeah.
Now, if they're in my area and they bought $50 or more from me, and I've done this with my gift shop, we charge $5, and my husband would go and deliver it to them if it's within the city limits, and it was $7.50 out of the city limits for the gas. And you know, they didn't mind. They don't want to leave their house and have to come and pick it up at, you know, somebody's house. We go there and deliver. I got more customers that way. You have to give them a choice, you know, and be friendly and kind.
Hi, Jessica.
And almost everybody I've met, they've come in and said, hey, can I have your email address? So I put up my email address. They contact me and send me their numbers. You want to talk? Anytime, you know. So that's how I do. And I've gained more customers like that. Now, do I have time all the time? No. But I will call them, hey, how are you doing today? You okay? You know, I know you weren't feeling good yesterday when you were in the room. Are you okay today? It's that little extra you put into it, you know. Now, yeah, you're going to get some crazies, what I call crazies, that will call you 5, 10, 15 times a day, but then you have to set your limits. And if they don't want to set your limits, say, okay, look, I like you. I like that you buy from me. You're a good friend, you know, through the auctions. But this is also my personal life. You know, I'm limiting everybody to 2 calls a day. And now I've had to limit to 1, except for like Rosie or Tori or Kimberly. And I know the ones that has more money will spend on almost anything. And then they turn around and they donate it to a church or something like that. So by doing the cheaper stuff at $1 plus the shipping, I found I sold more. If you put the shipping cost in it, so instead of $1 plus shipping, pay $5 free shipping. They will still buy it because they know it's $3 to $4 to ship it. And like I said, if it goes way too high, I call them or I'll email them, you know, what you want me to do. It gives them the choice to respond and work with you in a seller's environment with the buyer. Now, I've been having gift shops and things ever since 75, and I learned a lot. And I used to sell on Facebook, I used to sell on eBay, especially when I was cutting quilting squares. When Hurricane Rita hit, the fabric house didn't get damaged, but because they couldn't sell anything, they lowered everything to $1.17 a yard. And this is $3.99, $4.99, $5.99 a yard. So I went through and I bought $2,700 worth of yardage of, you know, fabric. Then I cut them out and I put them on eBay or Etsy and I ship them out. I had a booming business.
You got
So,
anything with beavers on it?
You broke up. Say it again.
You got anything with beavers on it?
Beaver fabric?
Yeah.
Barbara?
what? Sorry, Stacey. What?
She asked if you had any beaver fabric. Anything
No.
with pictures of beavers? No.
No.
I
had
found some for Irene.
I
Did
had
you?
raccoons and possums. I have
Yeah.
foxes and, you know, but no, not beavers. Well, I did have one, but I sold it not too long ago. It had like 5 different animals and they had a beaver on the bottom of it.
Okay. Going back kind of the upside. I used to own a car service. And a lot of times when you call the car service down here, they give you a price, whatever, $50
Mm-hmm.
plus tip. Then you get the car, comes to your house. Now plus tip means what? Don't know. So you get in the car and you want to go somewhere, and part of your travel, let's say, requires you to get on a toll road in order to reach the area, even without taking a bunch of local streets.
Right.
So it's going to cost you another $1, let's say, to get on the toll road to get to that section of town. For time convenience. Okay. And then they say, oh, by the way, there's a surcharge for fuel and there's
Mm-hmm.
da 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 da. So now that $50 ride plus tip has now basically turned into, let's say 60, we use round numbers, a $60 ride plus whatever they meant by tip. So now you get customers who try to hand you, oh, here's $2, and others would figure out, about 20% is typical in the car industry, in limousine services.
Yeah.
They kind of figure that out and they give you the proper amount. Well, my other half started in driving for other people initially, and we wanted to do our own. And we came up with the concept of tip included pricing, which is basically like shipping including pricing.
Right.
When you called up and we told you that ride was $60, that ride was $60.
Right.
Whether I had to take a toll road or not, whether, the only time sometimes that changed is like if you had a flight, like you were coming in on a flight and your flight came in after midnight, but we would tell you this up front. If your flight was already past 10 o'clock at night, we would let you know. If your flight arrives after midnight, there's an additional $5 fee.
Right.
Basically an encouragement to get people to take earlier flights.
Right. Right. Now,
Yeah.
see, my cousin had a business.
So when my clients called, they had tipping. They knew exactly what was going to be charged to them.
Right. Right.
No waiting, no guessing, no nothing.
That's why when my cousin was selling, he had shoe shop, and then he sold all the Western items and everything. He would put in, okay, like he made an order, and he had, say, $100 of shipping in that, and there was 10 items. So
Is today Carol's birthday? What's Jessica talking about?
What?
Carol, is it your birthday today?
Shut up, Jessica. Yes, it is.
Oh, happy birthday!
You stinky, Carol.
Hugs and kisses, Carol.
Thank you. I've been trying to keep it a secret, but
well, now it's going to be all over you.
Too late now. We're done. Now you're done now.
Johnny said it the other day, and I'm like, damn it, Johnny, I told you to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, I heard him mention it, but I couldn't remember what day it was.
Yeah, Sunday. And
okay.
It's funny because I kept thinking it was Saturday. But it was it's today.
Yeah.
I'll be
okay. Okay.
Say
One
again?
thing before you go, I know you have to go. My cousin said primary price to basic price. Basic price is you're putting the shipping costs that you paid for it in with your merchandise. There was 10 items and it was $100. You add $10 to it. Primary price was you put that in there, and then you put the $10 shipping. Then you put another $10 because you know it's going to cost about. So instead of, you know, he made up his prices like that. Your basic cost sells better, he said. Like $10 ship, because you know what it's going to cost you for that one item. Now, if they do more than one and it fits in that box, they're paying $10, $10, $10, but it's only costing you, say, $12 once you put it all together. He said you make more money to pay for your packing, your shipping labels, stuff like that. You're doing your personal costs that way, so you're not losing money. So a lot of his customers would come in and say, okay, how much is this or this, and or call, I need it shipped. He knew exactly what it was going to be for basic or premium, I guess he called it premium, because he had a lot of customers from all over Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, ordering from him because they used to live here. Then they moved. They still wanted his stuff. So you have to read your customers. Same thing like on here. You have to read them. You have to know if they're going to want to pay that extra shipping and don't care about it, or they're on a very basic budget and they do care about it. Just research.
Thank you, Jessica. I'm trying to keep it a secret, damn it.
Well, happy birthday, Carol.
Thank
hey,
you.
I did. We went to Florida to get swamped, and we had a big old Cajun cookout there.
Ooh.
So, and we're going for our anniversary on the 10th. We'll be over there if no other hurricanes go through and it hasn't damaged too much, you know. And I told Robbie last night, he called me. I said, it's shifting to the west. Oh, yeah, but it puts it right in us. Well, now this morning it shows right above them. So if it shifts a little bit more to the west or west-northwest, it's going to hit the panhandle, and it's going to give them a little bit of rain and, you know, wind. But my grandfather's spirit, I prayed on it, and he told me it's going to hit about the Alabama to Florida line if it keeps going the way it is. Now, you never know when Mother Earth's going to change the winds or whatever, you know, so, or when it gets in the Gulf, you know.
I got a nephew in Fort Myers, and he's watching it. Not Fort Myers, Cape Coral.
Yeah, I look, right now, I can tell you, I'm looking on the National Hurricane Warning System here, and it's pretty. Right now, it's hitting Okay, it comes through. It's going to hit right where Florida goes up and then comes across to the west, right there by the panhandle. That's where it says it's going to hit. The top part of Florida.
See, going back to the other subject, that's why I'm a concept of X amount for the first one, including ship, X amount that night only, X amount for each additional item that you purchase. You're breaking up again bad, Carol. Okay. Well, ladies, I'm going to be ending this. I appreciate y'all coming on and have this discussion. Think we got went around in circles a couple of times. We got a couple of answers too in there. Awesomeness. I appreciate you both for coming. And again, happy birthday, sweetheart. And I want to thank everybody who came in, everybody who hung out. Don't forget to go over to Ma's Trinkets and Things. Links up at the top of the chat.
Okay.
12:10 p.m. today, Eastern.
And I wish I could do Vintage Hippie, but I can't. That's when my auctions are.
I understand, honey. Whoever can make it. Okay, so then I want to thank those who will watch this in the future. But most of all, I'd like everyone to have a good rest of their day. And Barbara?
Thank you for having me. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do some research and have some numbers for you as to what's going on in other rooms and how they do it. And that may help you.
Okay.
Okay, goodbye, everybody. Have a blessed day. Thank you again, Stacey, for inviting me.